As the world welcomes the year 2020, it's definitely going to be a make or break year for some companies, while it will be a year of new beginnings for some. And like you, the many businesses and stakeholders in the Asia Pacific aviation and travel industries do have big plans for the year. While some plans have been announced last year, we could only speculate on some of the moves that could be made within the year. So, for the second video of the year, I've decided to share my thoughts on what could happen within the Asia Pacific aviation and travel scene this year. To get started, 2019's biggest story was definitely the issues with the Boeing 737 MAX. And this year will be a pivotal year for the program as well as the company, looking to regain the trust of the flying public as well as the airlines and countries throughout the world that have banned the operation of the MAX. With the large cost of the groundings for all stakeholders involved, Boeing is going to do everything it can to get the aircraft back in operation, making the necessary fixes, and it will likely get approved by the FAA, though there is no clear timetable for this to happen. While Boeing and the FAA may give the go-ahead, it will be no surprise if some countries continue to ban the operations as well as give extra scrutiny during the recertification process. While Boeing continues to address the issues with the MAX, the response to the competitor Airbus A321XLR could provide extra motivation for Boeing to officially launch its new midsize aircraft concept, which could happen around the major aviation events such as the Singapore Air Show coming up in February as well as the Farnborough Air Show in July. While the eternal struggle between Boeing and Airbus will continue, it will also be a pivotal year for the newcomers such as Comac and Mitsubishi, though arguably there will be more pressure on Mitsubishi and its SpaceJet program as the already delayed regional jet concept aircraft has been scheduled to take to the skies sometime this year. While delayed, we could expect more progress in test flights, and if successful, 2020 could be the year the SpaceJet sees its first commercial aircraft delivery to the first customer, Japan's All Nippon Airways. While we could look forward to big news in the aviation manufacturing companies, we could see some adjustments and pivots among the airlines in Asia, and this includes both the budget and full-service carriers. Some markets such as Thailand and South Korea with 6 budget carriers each, with more carriers approved in 2019, could see consolidation as in the case of Jeju Air and eStar, with Jeju Air's parent company getting a 51% stake in its fellow South Korean competitor. And we could see budget carriers which normally do not cooperate and form code-share agreements with other airlines change their course in regard to this, with the example being the Jetstar Group from Australia, announcing code-share agreements with Air France KLM as well as Tiger Air Taiwan towards the end of 2019, a move which is not unprecedented given that there already is a budget airline alliance, the Value Alliance, which might see more relevance this year. Also, governments and citizens of some countries, with governments having a significant stake in their flag carriers, will start to question the government's role and whether they should be involved in the national carriers, which could mean the shutdown or the transition to private stakeholders for the likes of Malaysia Airlines, Air India, and Thai Airways, as they struggle against the privately owned and other airlines that have entered their markets. Another trend to look into is the changes in travel, especially from North Asia, with the ongoing US-China trade war affecting everybody, as well as another one going on between Japan and South Korea. Some economists point out to problems in China's economy right now, and potential troubles that could lie ahead. While we may see further declines in Chinese tourists heading to North America, we could see the continuation of a trend where the major Chinese carriers double down their efforts on new flights within the Asia-Pacific region, especially to Southeast Asia, while cutting flights and capacity to North America. Also, we could see a continuation of weaker travel demand between Japan and South Korea, though Japan will have an ace up its sleeve upcoming Summer Olympics in Tokyo, which will make up for the losses with that temporary boost. Another major story that happened during the year was the Hong Kong protests, which has heavily affected one of Asia's major hubs, the Hong Kong airport, as well as the city, which has seen a large reduction of travel demand. With the ongoing unrest, it is opening up an opportunity for other air hubs, such as Beijing's new Daxing Airport, the Taipei International, as well as Tokyo, both Haneda and Narita, as well as Seoul's Incheon, to pick up the slack. Depending on the moves of Hong Kong and Beijing, The outcome of the protests, whether it continues more into the year, will determine the extent of the damage on the status of Hong Kong as a major air hub in the region. While the other airports in the region could provide new incentives, and a case in point, Narita recently announced a waiver in landing fees for new long haul flights to and from Narita. As for travel technology, we could see a push for more artificial intelligence and facial recognition technology that is already being incorporated in airports in China and Japan, as well as AirAsia introducing the technology in Malaysia. This push to reduce the need to show documents such as passports and boarding passes multiple times before boarding a flight will be something that airlines will be looking into to integrate. And 2020 could see more experiments and trials by airlines and airports in other parts of the Asia Pacific. These are just some thoughts of things that could happen among the airlines and aviation industry. If there's anything that I missed or something that you disagree with, feel free to share it on the comment section below. I definitely would like to hear what your thoughts as to what could happen in the aviation and travel scene in the region as well as the world in 2020. Also, what are you most looking forward to going on this year? Thank you for watching. This has been another edition of Flights in Asia, highlighting the news and updates from the aviation and travel scene from the Asia Pacific. If you like this video, please like, comment, share, and subscribe. Once again, thank you for watching and have a great day.